Emily, let's get started with your fascinating work in the world of elite matchmaking. What are some of the biggest challenges and opportunities that you see in the landscape of modern relationships, especially for successful professionals who are seeking to get meaningful connections out of it?
So actually, my partner said something really interesting. He said, if you want to catch a trophy fish, you have to have the right bait. So if you want someone amazing, you have to be amazing first and foremost.
If we were to give you a time machine capsule right now, and which year would you go back to and why, and what would you change?
So I make it a priority, all of it. 8-9 hours of sleep. I eat healthy. I work out every day. It is paramount. And early on, it wasn't that way. And I saw it when I changed my life and I changed my habits. It changed my business.
Hi there, ambitious professionals and entrepreneurs. Are you looking to achieve peak performance in both your personal and professional life? Remember, success is not just about reaching your goals. It's about cultivating a mindset of growth, resilience, and actual fulfillment. Hello and welcome to the CanadianSME Small Business Podcast, where we celebrate the entrepreneurial spirit, explore the dynamics of modern relationships, and delve into the secrets of personal growth and resilience. The Canadian entrepreneurial landscape is thriving, with women playing an increasingly prominent role. According to a recent study by BDC, women now account for 47% of new business owners in Canada, highlighting the growing impact of female entrepreneurs on the economy. Joining us today is Emily Lyons, founder and CEO of Femme Fatale Media, Lyons Elite, Pairus, and True Glue. Emily's journey as a serial entrepreneur, her expertise in elite matchmaking, and her passion for personal growth makes her an inspiring figure in the Canadian business world. Today, we'll explore the world of elite matchmaking and modern relationships, delve into Emily's entrepreneurial journey and brand building strategies, and uncover her secrets to personal growth, resilience, and high performance living. So, let's get started. Emily, welcome to the podcast. How are you doing today?
Thank you. I'm good, thank you.
It's our pleasure to have you. Now, to begin with, Emily, your remarkable journey as a serial entrepreneur and your expertise in building successful businesses across diverse industries makes you an inspiration to aspiring and established business owners alike. We are very eager to learn from your experiences and gain insights into your unique approach to entrepreneurship and personal growth. Emily, let's get started with your fascinating work in the world of elite matchmaking. What are some of the biggest challenges and opportunities that you see in the landscape of modern relationships, especially for successful professionals who are seeking to get meaningful connections out of it?
One of the biggest obstacles right now is people are still stuck in the swipe hype landscape that dating apps have created. So we live in a world that ghosting and poor communication is just become super common.
Right.
So working on your relationship skills is paramount for everyone, but especially for successful entrepreneurs, because they're also balancing their professional commitments as well. So they have to be really intentional with their relationships, with dating.
All right, that was a very insightful perspective, Emily. Often when we are working so hard, we forget that we are humans at the end of the day. So it's pretty important to keep that human connection alive. The changing dynamics of relationship and the challenges faced by busy professionals highlight the need for innovative approaches to finding love and building lasting connections. Through Lyons Elite and Pairus, you've helped countless individuals find love and build fulfilling relationships. What are some of the key factors that contribute to successful relationships in today's world? And how can individuals, navigate the complexities of modern dating to find their one true soulmate?
So actually, my partner said something really interesting. He said, if you want to catch a trophy fish, you have to have the right bait. So if you want someone amazing, you have to be amazing first and foremost. So that goes back to being your best self and working on yourself in all areas. And a lot of the skills that you need for a great relationship translate to other areas of your life, like business. So when you're working on your communication skills, that's going to translate to all areas. So that's the fundamentals.
Great. Those are some valuable insights, Emily. Self-awareness, communication, and also willingness to adapt are essential ingredients for building healthy and lasting relationships. And uh, your entrepreneurial journey also plays an equally important role, and your personal story is also equally impressive. You've done successful ventures spanning event staffing, matchmaking, and clean beauty. Can you share some of the biggest lessons that you've learned in launching and scaling multiple businesses, and what advice would you give to aspiring entrepreneurs who are looking up to you right now? They want to make a competitive mark in the industries. What advice would you give?
So the first thing I would say is to master the core fundamentals. So if you can master things like sales, marketing, social media, you can translate that to all different industries. So it doesn't matter if it's a service-based business or a product, but if you focus on really learning those skills, then you'll be successful across the board. But also too, figuring out what's different. So what can you bring to whatever business it is that you're creating that is unique? So it might be something really small, but if you can have just that little differentiating factor, you'll stand out.
The USP, unique selling point.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow. And one thing that I really want to understand here is, where do you find the time to build relationships when you're already, hustling to achieve where you are on a successful journey? Where is that fine line between knowing that you want something, but not to affect your own work?
So that's a tricky thing for entrepreneurs, right? Is
Yeah.
because they get so dedicated to their business that we see that often. They'll come to us and they've built an incredible business, but now they're at this point where, hey, I don't have a family or I don't have a personal life. So it's important to make it as equally as important, at least, as your business. So that means scheduling it in. So if you have a date or you have a date night with your existing partner, scheduling it into your calendar and sticking with it. It's a non-negotiable. So if you had an important board meeting, you wouldn't be canceling it or no showing for it. You would be showing up and you would be putting in the work. You would be prepping for it. And it's the exact same way.
Wow. That's very interesting. Now, let's delve into your personal philosophy on growth, resilience, and high performance living. Hi there, ambitious professionals and entrepreneurs. Are you looking to achieve peak performance in both your personal and professional life? Remember, success is not just about reaching your goals. It's about cultivating a mindset of growth, resilience, and actual fulfillment. We'll be right back with insights on how self-improvement drives financial success. Stay tuned to learn about how personal growth can transform your financial future.
Hey, you think you know UPS? Yeah, that's us. Everybody knows that. You know what you didn't know? This. Okay, try to keep up. Ocean, us. Ground, rail, air, so us. Guess who? Us. Customs cleared, borders cleared, done. Us. You still with me? Wait for it. Boom. Us. Intelligent, automated, fulfillment. Us. Yep, healthcare too. Digital your thing? Yeah, well, book it, ship it, track it. You feeling me yet? Yep, that's all us. That's all UPS.
At IHG Hotels and Resorts, we're in the business of you.
We're here to help you plug in,
connect and recharge,
make an impression,
and meet with confidence.
With 19 brands built for business,
your business gets even more rewarding.
With an award-winning loyalty program at 6,000 IHG hotels and resorts worldwide.
Welcome back, listeners. Let's dive into the role of self-improvement in achieving financial success and building long-term wealth. Emily, you faced significant challenges in your personal and professional life, yet you've emerged stronger and more successful than ever. What are some of the key strategies and mindsets that, have genuinely helped you cultivate resilience and overcome adversity?
I think that comes, like, resilience is like a muscle, and the more you build it, the stronger it gets.
Mm-hmm.
And so just continuing to show up, the resilience gets stronger and stronger and stronger. And so does the belief in yourself, that you start to realize I can handle all these things.
Right.
I think for new entrepreneurs, it's just showing up and continuing to show up and figuring out a way to make it work. And it's not to say that the first thing that you do, it might not work how you think it's going to work.
Right.
And a lot of, when I speak at universities, I'll hear that is, well, I wanted to start a business, but it didn't go like I'd planned, so I stopped. But I wanted to be a business owner, but it wasn't for me. And so I'd say to them, well, why don't you go back to the drawing board and either figure out a way to pivot and make that business work, or try another idea. And then you start to build that resilience, and you see that, okay, I can do it and I can survive the ups and downs.
So consistency is the key, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Great. That's a very powerful message. Turning challenges into opportunities for growth and learning, it's essential for achieving long-term success and fulfillment. In today's fast-paced world, maintaining peak performance can be challenging. How do you prioritize self-care, manage stress, and cultivate the energy and focus that is needed to excel both in your business and your personal life?
That's a great question. You have to be, I think, super diligent with your health if you're going to be successful. How are you going to make good decisions if you've had, 3 hours of sleep? How are you going to manage your emotions and be resilient?
Right.
If you haven't eaten all day and you're just living off coffee. So it's the most important thing. Not only that, but if you do manage to build a successful business, you're going to be sick by the time it's there. You're going to be the richest person in the graveyard. So I make it a priority, all of it. 8-9 hours of sleep. I eat healthy. I work out every day. It is paramount. And early on, it wasn't that way. And I saw it. When I changed my life and I changed my habits, it changed my business. And it's just making those things a priority first and foremost, and then they become a habit.
Right.
But I used to say, there was back early on, somebody once said to me, instead of saying I don't have time for, replace that with it's not a priority. So when I used to say I don't have time to go to the gym, and I changed it to it's not a priority to go to the gym, then I thought I need to change my priorities.
Wow. I think a lot of our listeners will relate to what you're saying, because all of us are somewhere stuck in this mindset where we don't know where to start from, right?
Yeah.
We all just keep thinking about it and we keep procrastinating it. If there's one advice that you want, the actionable advice that you want listeners to take away to build their habits, what would it be? Should they just wake up in the morning and start doing it? Should they write it down or make lists? What should they do?
Be intentional, yeah. And know what you want the outcome to be, so you know what the best habits are.
Right.
And there's a really great book, Atomic Habits by James Clear, which is fantastic. And it just talks about like those small little incremental things. It doesn't have to be this big over the top thing. And that's, I think, where a lot of us go wrong, is we think I'm going to start going to the gym for 2 hours every day. But it's like, start small. I'm going to go for a 20-minute walk every day. Something you can stick to. And then it just becomes a habit. And next thing you know, you've worked out for 365 days, 20 minutes a day, just doing a walk. So start with something that you can stick to and build from there.
And I think if you're doing good in the physical health you're also doing good mentally. Do you do something differently to take care of your mental health? Or is it just that you're taking care of your body and your mind gets taken care of?
Well, I think it absolutely helps when you're taking care of your body. But no, I do stuff for my mental health too. I talk to therapists when I feel like I need to.
Right, therapy is the way to go, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely. Those are some genuinely valuable practices, Emily. Prioritizing physical and mental well-being, it's crucial for sustaining high performance and achieving long-term success. Your entrepreneurial journey has been marked by innovation and a willingness to embrace new challenges. Can you tell us a little more about your last venture, Pairus, and how this cutting-edge relationship platform, it's redefining modern connections for both personal and professional relationships?
Yeah, so dating apps has had such a negative effect on relationships across the board. And we really wanted to create something that helps people with all their relationships. So yes, of course, romantic, but also business, personal. And that's exactly what Pairus does. So it teaches you the fundamentals to have those great relationships. And then it also is an introduction platform, but it gives you the support that you need throughout all of it. So for the past 10 years or so, we have been collecting data about why people hate dating apps. What are they missing? What do they do to people? And we've been building Pairus to correct all of that and then to go above and beyond that. So there is a loneliness epidemic. They announced that last year, the WHO, and our target is to combat that through teaching people how to have great relationships.
Wow, Pairus is definitely much needed, first of all, and a testament to your innovative spirit and commitment to helping people build meaningful connections. Emily, this has been an incredibly inspiring conversation. If there's one key message you want listeners to take away from our discussion today, what would it be?
Be intentional with your life, with your mindset, with your business.
Right.
Too many of us just float around. We hope, we wish, we react. But if you want something, you need to be deliberate with your actions.
Wow, beautiful. And coming back to Pairus, who do you think is the target audience for it? People who are single or people who are already in healthy relationships but still want to explore professional relationships? How do you see that?
Right now, we're focused on singles, but we are going to be opening it up to everybody. We want to be a part of people's life for the long term. So ideally, we want to be part of someone's life to help them get into a relationship, but then we want to be there to help them stay in that relationship.
Right. Nice. And is, becoming a businesswoman always something that you wanted to do? Is it something that you always knew that, I'll grow up and I'll do this?
No, definitely not.
Okay, then how did it come? I'm very, intrigued.
It had never crossed my mind, no. And then I had read a book in 2011 that my sister had given me, 2009, called Career Renegade. And it was all about how to make a great living doing what you love. So it was taking any area in your life where you felt passionate and figuring out a way to monetize it. And so that was initially, got the ball rolling. Long time ago now.
Wow, I'll definitely want to read that book. And if we were to give you a time machine capsule right now, and which year would you go back to and why, and what would you change?
Oh, I'd probably go back to 1985, the year I was born, do it all over again. Now that I know, if I can keep everything that I know now back to being a baby, I'd do everything just so much better. And I'd invest in Apple.
Wouldn't all of us? All right. Thank you so much, Emily, for doing this. It was a very nice conversation. And I usually don't say this, but you're genuinely a very nice soul as well. I can see that in your eyes. So thank you so much for doing this.
Thank you so much. That's
all right. That was an inspiring conversation with Emily Lyons, founder and CEO of Femme Fatale Media, Lyons Elite, Pairus, and True Glue, on navigating modern relationships, building successful businesses, and achieving personal growth and resilience. Thank you so much for tuning into the Canadian SME Small Business Podcast. We appreciate your continued support. Be sure to subscribe to our podcast for more expert insights and resources that can help your business thrive. You can also visit our website, CanadianSME.ca, for valuable information and tools. A very special thank you to our podcast partners, RBC, UPS, IHG Hotels and Resorts, and Google for their ongoing commitment to empowering small businesses in Canada. Until next time, keep innovating and striving for success. We'll see you in the next episode. Kripa Anand signing off.